Going live. It is live.
We're
Still
live.
0 concurrent viewers for now, but
Okay.
it's okay.
Well, for those of you who are going to watch the replay later, we're going to be using a lot of props today that I have here. So if you're watching replay, you can pause and get yourself the following. If you're a jiu-jitsu practitioner, grab your belt. If you're not, grab a scarf, a regular belt, a yoga strap will do. You only really need one. I have two because you can be a little more versatile with two, but we have either a tennis ball, this is a lacrosse ball. You can also get away with using a golf ball for this. So at least one of these. I'll be showing modifications for those of you who have one or two.
Golf balls if you're really little, right?
Yeah, if you're like a child. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, golf balls, they're harder. Like the tennis ball is a little squishier, it has some give, so it'll be a little less intense. And compared to this, like really rubbery and, you know, doesn't
people are starting to
doesn't have a
join.
lot
Someone
of-
said that they were waiting for 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. We got 30. We got 4 viewers now. But
Oh, okay. Well, welcome, guys. So yeah, at least one of these, and then a pillow. So the firmer the pillow, the better. The thicker the pillow, the better. Work with whatever you have lying around. If you are a yoga practitioner and you have a bolster, that would be ideal. A bolster is that firm rectangular pillow that we use sometimes in class. Okay, so strap or belt, at least one lacrosse or tennis ball, and your pillow. We're working on neck stretches today, and we're going to spend the full class just developing some flexibility in that area. As a jiu-jitsu practitioner, this is something that is really important because our body's constantly in this C shape, and over time that creates tightness in the front of our chest and the front of our neck, which will pull the chin forward. So you'll see people with bad posture, their chin juts out forward to what we call forward head. So ideally we want to make sure that the front of the neck as well as the side and back are equally stretched so that your head lies directly down the middle of your midline or your plumb line.
someone wrote that they missed last week due to an ultimate frisbee conflict.
Ooh, I know who that is. That's my friend. That's okay, I forgive you. And once you have all your materials, you can just set them to the side. We're not going to use them just yet. The balls we're going to use last as a form of myofascial release, sort of like just pressure points, trigger points. And if you plan on doing this at home or anything like foam rolling, similar, it's really important to make sure that your muscles are warm and a little bit stretched before you go ahead and do something like this. Otherwise, if you have tight muscles and you just dig right into a cold muscle, it's actually going to contract the muscle even more. So with that being said, we're just going to warm up the neck first, and then we'll dig into it with the balls later into the class. So find a comfortable seated position, hands on the knees, and we're just going to roll our shoulders out to start. And because the majority of neck pain stems from tightness in the surrounding muscles, we're also going to be working on your trapezius, your shoulders, some of the upper back muscles, and the upper chest muscles before we actually tackle the neck. Reverse the rotation of your shoulders. Keep your spine nice and straight. Good. Relax your shoulders. Thumb facing down, pull it across. Pull it up high. Deep breaths through the nose. So everything in the body is connected. Usually our neck pain comes from sleeping the wrong way or tension switch in our shoulders. Good. Take a gentle twist to one side. Keep your spine nice and tall.
So the shoulders can cause it? I always wondered if it was one or like chicken or the egg type thing. Is it the neck or the shoulder?
9 times out of 10, it's other muscles pulling on it, unless you really just slept in a bad position. Switch. But again, in the case of someone who practices jiu-jitsu, it could be different. Like my first week practicing jiu-jitsu, I had a lot of neck soreness just because I wasn't used to keeping my head elevated while playing guard, open guard. So, okay, so you're gonna take your right hand and sit on it. And you wanna get your hand as deep as you can under your hip. Roll that shoulder back so your chest is puffing out. And the reason we're doing this is to keep the shoulder as descended as possible. Okay, so then from here, I want you to just turn your head away from that shoulder. Now you should feel this in the side of your neck. Okay, now use your free hand to gently turn the nose down towards the armpit. Keep pulling that other shoulder away from you. Right shoulder is rolling back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. Relax the hand. Keep your other hand under your hip. Extend your arm out and reach your fingertips as far away as you can. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Reach, reach, reach. Bring the fingertips up. Turn your ear towards your fingers. Turn your ear away from the fingers. Very good, and relax. We'll switch, sit on the other hand.
Bring this guy a little closer.
Okay, so again, once you're on to that hand here, roll the shoulder back, squeeze them together. Turn your head all the way to the side.
Tyler's making comments
Hey,
about
Tyler.
why, I don't know why you blah 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 curse me into having a sore neck.
Turn the head down. Use your hand to guide the nose towards the armpit. Deep breaths. Keep pulling that shoulder away. Don't get lazy with your posture here. And relax the neck. Extend your fingers away. Fingers up. Turn your ear away from your shoulder. And switch. Very good, and relax. Good. You're going to interlace your hands behind the back and puff up the chest here, and bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Just warming up the upper body here.
Greg is talking about how mean you were on Wednesday. Greg, I gotta tell you about the other abuse that Lauren...
Oh, I was thinking of you today, Greg, because I slipped again and made fun of Yanni accidentally. More abuse.
More mental abuse by Lauren for me behind cameras. Don't believe this persona that she portrays.
Don't believe his either. He's a bully. So keeping your chest up, we're going to roll the neck. It's very important when you roll the neck, real quick, you never want to throw your head back, compressing your cervical spine here, okay? So when you roll, we come down, side, neutral, side, okay? So just do that a few times at your own pace. Pulling down on the wrist, reverse. Very arms, come forward onto all fours. And we're just gonna loosen up your rhomboids with some thread the needle here. Right fingertips come up, look at your thumb, 3 deep breaths. In through the nose, open up the shoulder as wide as you can. And then exhale, thread through. Ear and shoulder to the mat. You can take your other hand overhead if you like. One more deep breath here. Good, and then slowly pressing your way back up. And we'll switch opposite hands. Come up, open the shoulder, looking up, breathing in. And then exhale, thread. Ear to the mat, shoulder to the mat. Optional, bring that free hand overhead. And you should feel this in your rhomboid, which is the muscle right in between your shoulder blades. So the shoulder blade that's on the floor, you should feel a little pull there. One more deep breath here. When you're breathing, try to breathe into the back area and just expand the target area here. Good. Pressing up. I'm going to take a little neck stretch here, bringing the top of the head onto the floor. Come onto your, tuck your toes under, and then just rock your hips slightly forward, tucking your chin into your chest. And just rock back and forth at your own pace here, nothing crazy. On your next rock, we're gonna hold it for 5 deep breaths. Tuck your chin into your chest and keep it there for 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax back into child's pose. In a second, we'll do that again, but on a slightly different angle. Good. Coming up, turn your chin slightly to one side, and we'll do the same thing. Just rocking back and forth nice and slow. My nose is turning in toward my armpit. Now, the closer your head is to your knees here, the more intense this stretch will be. So if it's too easy, scoot your forehead a little closer to your knee. We'll hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax into child's pose. Let your spine reset here. And then one last time, turn your head the other way. Get your head as close as you comfortably can and rock, using your hips to propel you forward. And then when you're ready, go ahead and hold for 5. Good. Relax back into child's pose. Let your neck reset. Forehead to the mat.
What was that noise?
Good. Coming up, reaching for your strap or your belt, whatever. if you want to call it. All right, so we're gonna open up your pectoral muscles, your chest muscles, because those, again, if they're tight, they pull the front of your neck forward. Okay, so we're gonna use the belt nice and tight, elbows locked, bring it up, and hold it at your tightest point, and just breathe for 5 deep breaths here. 4, 3, 2, and relax. We're gonna do that one more time in a second. You can roll the shoulders out. You can do this in a doorway as well, the same kind of stretch, placing your palms in the door, and then you step forward and let your chest descend, and you'll feel that same muscle group stretching. Okay, one more time, elbows locked. The wider your grip is, the easier this will be for you. Fill your chest up with air. Try to fill all the way up with air to your shoulders and collarbone. Keep your chin lifted, posture nice and tight, core squeezing. One more deep breath. And then relax and roll the shoulders. Okay, so now we're gonna take the end of your strap or belt and sit on it, just on one hip bone. Okay, then we're gonna, like a seatbelt almost, just bring it over the shoulder. Now when you bring it over the shoulder, it's important that you want the belt on the meaty part of your shoulder, not the bony part, or this will not be fun for you. Okay, so that meaty part of your trapezius, chest up, both hands on the strap, elbows tucked in tight, and we're pulling down on the strap while rooting our hip down, okay? And we're just creating a little tension and pulling down on the strap nice and tight. Okay, now turn your head away from the belt and up. All right, so we're tilting the head. You should be able to see the ceiling. We're tilting the head slightly upwards. And relax back to neutral. So we're gonna do that a few more times. What we're stretching here, the scalene, it attaches to your clavicle, your collarbone. So the idea here is that the belt is pulling that sternocleidomastoid and the scalene away as you turn your head. So you want to feel your skin pulling. All right, let's try that again. Turn the head up and away. Good, looking at the ceiling. Tilting the nose towards the ceiling. Good, turn your ear towards the shoulder, pulling down on the strap. And relax, okay? So if you're not feeling it in the front of the neck, it's a matter of adjusting your belt in the right sweet spot where you feel the skin pulling just a bit. When we did this in physical therapy, they would just have you put your fingers right above your collarbone and turn your head away and up, okay? So we'll try that one last time. Elbows in tight, pulling, turning your nose slightly upward. And this time, if you want, you can try opening the jaw. I have a really tight neck right underneath my jaw. So I'm gonna open my jaw and close it a few times. Some people don't feel this at all. Some people it's very intense. For me, it's very intense. One more time. Very good. And relax. We'll take the stretch to the other hip. Okay, so again, bringing it around the meaty part of your trapezius. Sitting up nice and tall, elbows in, pull down hard. You should feel nice pressure All right, so we turn the head all the way away first. And then turn the nose up towards the ceiling as well. And then if you like, you can try opening the jaw. Very intense. Yanni, do you feel this?
I do a little bit. Not. I feel more actually on this side than the other side for some reason. Maybe I just have a better positioning of my belt.
One more deep breath. And relax. Good. Rest. Okay, and if you really want to challenge yourself further, instead of holding with both hands, I like to hold with both hands because I have a stronger grip, but if you want to, you can hold with one hand and then bring your elbow behind with the other, and that'll kind of intensify. One more deep breath. And relax. Good. You can set the strap to the side for now. Okay, we're going to roll those shoulders out again. And then we'll reach for our either tennis or lacrosse ball.
Or both.
Or both. So if you have both, it's going to be less intense and it's going to feel more comfortable. I'm going to show you with one because some of you may only have one at home. And then you'll need your pillow as well. So if you have your pillow ready, we're going to place it under your hips in just a second like a bridge. Okay, so you're just going to sit on the pillow. Make sure that your low back is not supported by the pillow, but think of it more as a shelf for your hips here. Okay, and then we're going to take our ball and place it behind the trapezius. So not on top, but behind it. I'll show you exactly where on the back. We're going to start right here. It's very important that the ball doesn't go on your bones, your spine, all right? We want only on the muscle. Okay, so we're in our supported little bridge here, and we have our head rested on the floor, palms face up at a 45-degree angle from the body. And you may need to adjust according to your own anatomy where this feels the best. We're going to work the ball down our back, so we're starting up as high as comfortably possible, but we're not on top of the shoulder, we're behind the shoulder here. All right, and we're just giving the ball some time to sink in. Deep breaths here. And then once you've sort of settled in to this arrangement, again, if you only have one ball, this is going to be more intense than if you have the equilibrium of both. We're going to press into your heels and slowly lift your hips up any amount. And you're going to feel the pressure increase. The ball's going to be digging in more and more. Make sure you're still breathing here. It's very important to breathe when you're doing myofascial release here. Okay, so deep breaths. And again, we're releasing the trapezius because that's what's going to pull on your neck if it's tight. And then slowly relax the hips back down onto your pillow. Keeping your hips glued to the pillow. We're windshield wiping the knees back and forth. Very good. One more time, bridging up. And you can stay here or see if you can get a little sway in your hips now. Just shimmying that ball a little bit. Keep breathing. Good. Come back to the middle. See if you can get a little roll front and forward. Nothing crazy. No more than an inch here. And then maybe again side to side. And then relax your hips back down.
I want one day for you to say, I want it crazy.
You don't have an option. You have to do everything I say.
You gotta do it crazy. Do it crazy and hurt yourself.
We're gonna get real crazy now, guys. Good. Whether you have one or two balls here, we're gonna just roll the shoulders. And I'm feeling some crunching here, which is okay. As long as that ball is still on the muscle. If it's rolled out of place, readjust so that you're not bruising your bones up here. Okay, keep rolling. And then relax. Same side arm that the ball is on. We're going to take it out shoulder length. And then bring that hand up to the ceiling. Okay, so we're going to do that a few times. If this is not intense enough, you can raise the hips any amount into a bridge. Okay, so 5 times at your own pace. Knuckles touch the floor. And then straight up. Make sure you're breathing alongside the movement. Nice and slow. Very good. After you've done 5, we're going to take the arm overhead. So starting from the ceiling, bring the thumb to tap the floor, keeping your elbow nice and straight. All right, and the ball is just rolling and kneading, digging in between my shoulder blade and my trap. If you want to get a full 180 degree here, you can tap the thumb overhead and then the pinky alongside your hip. One more deep breath. And then relax your hips back down. Windshield wiper back and forth. Very good. We're going to cross your hands over your shoulders like a straight jacket. Okay, so my hands are touching my shoulders, like I'm going to do a crunch. And then inhale, tuck your chin into the chest and look forward. And then exhale, release. Again, inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. One more time. And relax. Good. Keep your hands where they are. Lift your hips back up into the bridge. Two more deep breaths here. And then relax. And we're going to take that ball to the same exact spot on the other side of your back. Okay, so getting nice and comfortable here. And we're just allowing the hands again to rest, palm up, 45 degrees from the hips. How did that feel, Yanni?
Good, actually.
That's good.
Felt good, nice.
Not too intense.
Not super intense, but pretty good. I felt it the whole time.
Are you using the harder ball?
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm only using one though. I didn't know where to put the other one.
Oh, if you guys are using 2, you would just put them symmetrically. So instead of doing them in separate parts like we are now,
Oh, I see.
you would do them together. It's much more comfortable that way, but this is more intense. Okay, let's windshield wiper the knees. Very good. And then when you're ready, hips come up into that bridge, nice and slow. And then maybe you can get a little sway in your hips here, back and forth, side to side. And then rock forward and back, rolling the ball, making sure it stays in that meaty part of the trap. I'm kind of mad that we didn't do something hard like balancing today so that you'd be like falling over on
No,
camera.
that'd be terrible.
I know.
Just so you can abuse me more
I know.
mentally.
And then relax. Very good. Take the arm shoulder length and bring it in towards the ceiling. We're going out and in 5 times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Tap the thumb overhead and center. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Full 180. Tap the thumb. Tap the pinky 10 times. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. And then go ahead and wrap your arms around each other like a mummy. Inhale, look forward, tuck your chin to the chest. Keep your hips glued to your pillow. And relax. If you have a very high pillow, your hip, you'll actually feel this crunch stretch if your hips are lower. All right, let's do that one more time. Lifting up. And relax. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. Hands return to our 45 degrees. Roll the shoulders again. Very good. And then remove the ball and just let both shoulders rest symmetrically on the floor for a second. Let them reset. See if you can notice any release in tension. They seem a little bit lighter. Okay, and then we're gonna place the ball at the base of your skull, and I'm just gonna come up to show you where exactly I mean. Here more than ever, it's really important that you don't place the ball in the middle of the neck, all right? You pick a side. I'm gonna put it on my right side to start right underneath the occipital bone, all right? So right where the squishy part of your neck stops on the side of the cervical spine. Okay, and then when you lay on the floor, it should feel like the ball is pulling your neck away from your shoulders. Your neck should be nice and long. Okay, so I'm on the right side. And we're just relaxing here, deep breaths, making sure the shoulders are pulled away from the ears, and we're allowing gravity to just massage the membranes right underneath the base of the skull. This can be very intense, so make sure you're breathing deeply in through the nose. Two more deep breaths here. Assuming that the ball is on the right side of your skull, we're going to turn the head slightly to the right and back to center. Do that a few times at your own pace. And the ball might want to roll away from you, so make sure it stays up nice and high. The top of the neck muscle here. I'm going to get as close to the insertion point as possible right now. Good. Turn your head and hold it. Back to the middle. Okay, so this might be enough for you. If you want to, very slowly, see what it feels like to lift your hips. Okay, we want to be very gentle here. It's a very tender area. And then just experiment with turning the head again. See how that feels. And then relax the hips down. We're going to roll the ball to the middle of the neck, still on the side. Okay, and same thing, we're going to raise the hips and turn the head to the side. One more deep breath. Turn your head back to the middle and relax the hips down. Okay, so we're going to switch to the other side. Again, make sure that the ball starts off nice and high, right underneath that occipital bone. And we're just going to relax our head and shoulders and allow gravity to do the work. And then go ahead and experiment with bringing the hips up, see how that feels. Deep breaths here. Lower the hips back down. Turn your head to the side and back to center. Nice Nice and slow, very gentle movements.
Nice and crazy.
Nice and crazy. It's like have a class. It's like extreme yoga. It's just like the most ridiculous poses.
Crazy yoga.
That would be kind of fun, actually. Good. Hold it at the side. I'm taking like Americana arms right now, but whatever feels good here. And then lift your hips up with your head turned. Good. Bring your head back to center and relax. We'll bring the ball down just slightly here. And same thing. We'll just allow the ball to sink into the neck, lifting the hips up. Breathing deep into your belly and chest here. You should feel it rising and falling. Good. Slowly come down. Release the ball, and again, just allow your back to naturally conform to the floor. See if you notice any release of tension in those muscles. This is essentially just squeezing the lactic acid out of your muscle. Please make sure that you hydrate after, drink a lot of water, otherwise that will just be reabsorbed back into the blood, okay? The next muscle group we're going to target, you can stay on the floor, I'm just going to show you, is the Erector spinae. The Erector spinae runs long down the center of your spine on either side. Okay, so we're going to tackle it one side at a time. So we'll start with the ball right where we left off, right? Sort of where the neck ends on one side, and we'll roll it slowly down the back. Okay, so I'm going to start on my right side, and I'm placing it right in between my spine and my shoulder blade, the top of my shoulder blade. I'll show you again, right here, between my spine and my shoulder blade. So right on top of where the rhomboids would be. I almost said rhombus. Okay, so we're here. And again, we're lifting up the hips. So these muscles are responsible for your posture as well. Usually those muscles are too weak, which results in bad posture. But usually weak muscles are also stiff and rigid. So we want to stretch weak muscles just as much as we want to strengthen them. Okay, and then we're just going to roll forward and back here. Good, and then relax your hips down. And the ball should be a little bit lower on your back now. So now we're still in between the shoulder blade and the spine, but a little bit lower on the scapula now. Okay, so I'll show you again. Now we're a little bit lower at the end of the shoulder blade, the bottom of the wing. Okay, so same idea. We're lifting the hips and we're rolling just an inch or two each way. Up and down. Just massaging that erector spinae, and then hold. Okay, now we're going to sway the hips side to side. This is probably a little bit more intense. You might feel a little popping of the muscle as the ball rolls over it. That's okay. Just means it's tight. And then relax the hips down. And you're gonna feel a slight back bend here. You can see that there's, I can fit a whole hand space between the floor and my back here. If you're not using the pillow, that is. I'm not using the pillow right now. So if your hips are on the floor, you're going to feel this a little more intensely than if you're on the pillow. Just getting some options. Good. Lifting the hips, we'll roll, inching that ball closer to the bottom of our rib cage now. Okay, so we're in between the spine and the rib cage on the right side. And the hips are lifted, and we're just rocking up and down. And again, this erector spinae pulls all the way up to the neck. So if you're wondering why we're so low on the back, well, this is a really important muscle. It's responsible for a lot of our grief here. Go ahead and sway your hips side to side. Oh, do we have a lot of comments right now?
Oh, yeah. We got a lot of viewers today.
That's good. Oh, we got 10 people.
Thought we weren't going to have that many, but...
Yeah. Okay, I'm shimmying, and then when I'm ready, settle the hips, lower the hips down either onto the floor or your pillow, and relax your arms and shoulders. You're going to feel this. I feel this all the way up and down my right side of my back here. This muscle in particular is especially tight when you first wake up. Especially if you're a belly sleeper, this muscle is contracted more so than if you were just resting on your back. So if you are a belly sleeper, you definitely want to give your erector spinae extra love. I try to sleep on my back, and I always end up on my belly when I wake up. Good.
I used to sleep more on my belly, but my neck can't handle that, actually.
Now we remove the ball, and before we switch sides, just lay here and see if you can notice a difference between those two halves of your back. Does your right side, or whatever side you just did, feel a little lighter than the other side?
Oh, yeah. Looser and lighter.
Yeah. All right, so we're starting up again on my left side now. And again, we want that ball to be on the meaty part in between the spine and the top of your scapula. All right, and just allow your muscle to adjust to that for a second. At this point, I've completely ditched my pillow, but if you need to alleviate some of the pressure, feel free to use the pillow. Very good. One more deep breath here. And then go ahead and lift up those hips. Strong foundation in the feet here. And we'll rock forward and back. And get a little sway in the hips. Go ahead and roll it slightly further down. I'm placing it now in between my spine and the bottom of my scapula, my shoulder blade. And I'm just allowing gravity to do the work. So you guys could see the ball better.
I need a ball cam
I need a GoPro for the ball.
underneath your back.
Yeah. That would be so extra if we had like a separate camera plus you. Good. My hips are elevated and I'm just going to sway from side to side. Oh no, Yanni. And then settle your hips low and you should be in a slight back bend now. Very good. Good. We'll progress the ball a little farther down now. Still staying to the left side of your spine. Lifting the hips. And taking that opportunity to expand your rib cage on the back of your body. Feel your ribs expanding as you breathe in, even on the back. So I'm almost pushing the air against the ball here. Your lungs go down deeper than you think. They come far down to the end of your rib cage, which is, you know, right on top of where we're pressing here. So fight that gravity with your air. Fill the lower lobes of your lungs with air. Good. Get a little sway back and forth. Remember, it's okay if you feel a little popping here from side to side as the ball moves over that vertical muscle. We're going against the stride or the grain of the muscle right now. Good, and then settle your hips down into this back bend and relax. Again, we're using deep breaths to combat that pressure point. Pushing the air against the ball. One more deep breath. Very good. Gently removing the ball, setting it to the side. Glue your hips down onto the floor and just allow your spine to reset. Connecting your breath to a specific rhythm here and allowing your lungs to just recalibrate here. Letting your muscles recover from the shock that we just put it through. And then bend your knees into the chest, hug it in nice and tight, and then rock from side to side. Just get a little sway here, just massaging the whole back here. Okay, and
And similar to the neck stretch that we did at the beginning of class on all fours, we'll take an inverted neck stretch 3 ways. The first way, our chin will be directly glued to the midline. Then we'll take a side inversion and then the opposite side. Okay, so my palms are face down alongside my hips. I'm going to swing my legs overhead and catch my low back with my palms. Walk your hands down the low back as much as you can. Your legs don't have to touch the floor, but that's the ideal situation. And we're just stretching the neck out here. And you can keep your hands supporting your back, or you can clasp your hands and work your shoulders underneath each other. And we're more concerned here with your back and neck than what your legs are doing. In a live jiu-jitsu situation, you don't really need the toes to touch the floor anyway. One more deep breath. Good. Retracting the hips, maybe supporting it as you change the angle. Okay, making sure that there's no pressure on your neck as you switch your angle. And then once your head's comfortable, go ahead and push the hips forward again. One more deep breath. Retract the hips. Make sure the weight is off of your neck before you turn your head the other way. And then go ahead, push the hips forward again. My chin is facing my armpit here. Good, retract the hips. Bring your head back to center, slowly rolling down. Bend your knees. Work your way up onto your elbows. And because we just scrunched our neck so much, we just got to counter that by stretching the front of the neck now. Okay, so work your elbows as close to your hips as you can for fish pose. Puff up your chest. And then allow your head to fall back. Relax the neck completely. Don't try to hold it up. Deep breaths into your chest. You can take any variation with your legs that you like. I like taking butterfly sometimes. Really fill up the front of your body. Feel a stretch in your deltoids as you bring your chest lifting up towards the ceiling. One more deep breath. And keeping your head exactly where it is, extend your legs long and straight. And then one palm at a time, come up, chin comes tuck. And we'll reach forward for the legs. Relax your neck completely down here. Let it be dead weight. Good, slowly coming up. So the final tip that I can give for you regarding neck stretching in yoga is the concept of letting your head be dead weight. Anytime that you're in a forward fold, if you let your head be dead weight, it acts almost like an inversion table where the weight of your head is helping to sort of decompress the cervical spine and then stretch those muscles. Even in something like a downward facing dog, when you allow your head to just dangle, you're releasing the neck and those muscles. When you're doing your standard forward fold here, there's a big difference between here, and it's very subtle, but this is not really releasing your neck.
when I let go completely, my neck catches a break. Okay, so you want to allow gravity to do the stretching for you whenever you can. All right, so I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Please make sure that you drink a lot of water after this, and any time that you use myofascial release techniques. Next week we're doing hamstrings, so I'm excited for that. If you guys would like to request a muscle group or specific thing to work on, let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Absolutely. Do we need these? No, just regular.
Nope, we just need, you'll need your belt next week. That's all you'll need.
Great. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for coming.
Thank
I see
you.
a few others.
Got a lot of comments.
So that was Michael Kopanek before. He said, gotta go. Bye. Later, Mike. I'm glad you joined us. Awesome. See you guys in the next one.
Bye, guys.